Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 139. It's Thursday, the 17th of December. We are 8 days from Christmas, and I may have some Christmas gifts come earlier than expected in the form of my Bowman Draft Hobby Box. I received my shipping notification earlier this week from Topps. Was expecting it to probably not reach until next week. It does have an anticipated estimated delivery date of today, which I do not expect to receive it today. Last tracking update, it arrived in Howe, Indiana on yesterday, I think yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon. So I don't think it's going to get from Indiana to Wisconsin to my doorstep by today. So, if it arrives today, awesome. I probably won't have time to open it tonight, but I'll hold it off until this weekend. So hopefully it does arrive. The title today is Never Look Back, and I did. I looked back last night, and there were some wins and some losses. We'll get to that in a second. Lee, the box arrived. Thanks so much. I did not have a chance to open it up last night. I actually ran out of top loaders. This is like just in time shipping where it's not just in time around the holidays. I actually ran out of top loaders Monday night. I scraped and got some packages out Tuesday with, scraping my card room for other top loaders. And then they did arrive last night. So I had, by the time they showed up, I had about 110 shipments to get out. So I did about 50 last night. Had some overnight sales, so try to get a bulk of that done tonight. So even if the Bowman Draft box does show up, I won't open it. And I did not get a chance to open Lee's box of Cubs. So sorry about that, Lee, but I will angle to get that open here in the next couple days. So I'll add to the count. Count still 524,269, 524,269. I still do think I'll hit that 525,000 mark by the end of the year. So the title, Never Look Back, which I did not follow that advice last night. I downloaded my eBay sales report from PayPal last night, and I wanted to look back, and I can't remember the reason why I even did that, but I wanted to look back at some sales, and I had opened. I knew some sales prices of like the 2011 Heritage Miners boxes that I bought for 60. I flipped for 100, was over the moon. Now they sell for over 400. So I knew some of those prices, but I wanted to get the exact numbers for a few things. I bought that same year for Black Friday. I ended up I opened over 100 boxes in November and December of 2016. I found some great deals. If I would have held for 4 years, holy cow. If I would have held everything for 4 years, unreal what it could have been. I pulled in, I bought a case of 2013-14 Timeless Treasures, which was overall a bust of a product for me at the time. But I did pull a Giannis rookie auto relic, and I sold it for under $70, which I was happy with in December of 2016. And then I cried a little bit because I looked at the most recent sale. There was actually one raw that sold yesterday, December 16th, 2020, almost 4 years later from when I sold mine for $68, $2,110. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. I did have some wins. They weren't that big. I don't think all of my wins can catch that loss. But hey, I had fun opening the boxes. At the time, I was happy with making $68 on that Giannis. I pulled in Bowman. I pulled a Kevin Maitan Chrome Auto, which at the time he was like the top auto to get in 2017. He was he was like the Acuna before Acuna, just before Acuna. And there was some tampering issues. Something happened with the Braves. They even lost a draft pick or draft picks because I think they tampered in Kevin Maitan's signing. They ended up getting in a lot of trouble, and Maitan even became a free agent and signed with the Angels. So he's in the Angels organization now. He's still pretty young. So he's probably 21 now. I'll have to look up his stats. But he has not turned into the top prospect he was supposed to be in 2017. I sold his Chrome Auto for $128. Now, this is also in the era. This isn't today's Bowman. Today's Bowman, that would have been, and he was the Jason Dominguez in 2017. The sought after Chrome Auto. And in 2017, we're talking, I paid $800 for a case of Bowman. Now they're in excess of $3,000. So just put that pricing in. So $128 in 2017 money, funny to say, is, today would be a very significant amount. So I sold it for $128 in 2017. The most recent sale on eBay raw shipped $16. So that's a nice win. There were some others. Ahmed Rosario for the Mets. He was a top prospect a few years ago. I sold an Elite Extra Edition auto of him for right around $100, I think. $75 maybe, $75 to $100. I haven't looked at the sold for prices, but I'm certain that they are probably in the Kevin Maitan status, especially being Elite Extra Edition, not as sought after with Bowman's and the mainstream autos. I pulled I was buying a lot, so I was pulling a lot of Dansby Swanson. He was the number 1 overall pick. I sold an Atomic Refractor auto for like $100 and some. I think the most recent sale was like $25. And I pulled a Bowman Chrome Dansby Swanson out of his Bowman draft in 2015. Sold for a good amount. Those are still up there because his career kind of saw a resurgence. So they did bottom out for a while. Mickey Moniak, I was pulling some Mickey Moniak stuff. His cards prices have bottomed off after he was the number 1 overall pick. So I'm glad that PayPal keeps track of, all of this information so I can go back and laugh and cry at some of my sales. I do have, now I was doing more memorabilia and bulk collections in the mid 2000, like 2005, 6 era. I wasn't buying new stuff. I wasn't into the new hobby back then. But I'm going to try to find, because I was buying up blaster boxes of the tops when the Alex Gordon rookie seeped into products, and I was selling sealed blasters for at that time probably $40, but the blasters then were only $10. So I still have in my Hotmail account, I still have like 2 years worth of all my transactions from eBay. So maybe this weekend I'll dig in to see if I can find any gems. I was selling mostly memorabilia, some radio stuff that I was dumpster diving out of our radio station. So not much new stuff to really compare, but found some of those interesting. I made some infographics of those the Giannis and the Maitan. Posted those on Twitter yesterday, and I think I'm going to do a blog. I'm going to find some more. As I was waiting for my top loaders, I was pulling some of the data, and there was about 20 And somebody said, I think somebody commented on my tan comparison and made a comment about, there's probably far more of these. And actually, as I was going through all my transactions, there were more of, shoot, I should have held on, than, ooh, I'm glad I sold. Significant amount, but I think it's in the smaller sales, selling, an Ahmed Rosario rookie maybe for $10, which is now $1 card. So I think the volume overall, it probably evens out with some of the wins, the small dollar wins. The volume adds up over, a $2,000 difference in the Giannis and the Heritage Miners boxes. Or how about the case of 2018 Topps Update? I bought for $500. I sold for $1,700, was happy. And, I know at one time, I'm not sure what the current sales are, but they were selling for as high as $5,000. If I had only held on for a year and a half, I think, that's all it would have taken. So, man, the sealed wax prices. But the fear I have with sealed wax, Zach, what's happening? Good morning, Zach. The fear I have with sealed wax is I've bought so many collections, and you can see some of the boxes up here. In Zach tweeted yesterday, he got some great deals on some junk wax, like $5 for a couple boxes. That's my fear, that if I do hold on to some of these new current products, that in 20 years, I'm going to be selling them for $5 at a garage sale or at a card show. That's my fear. And I think that's why I have a quick trigger to sell when I can get to that profit level. I still have a sealed case. I don't think you can see it. A sealed case of 2018 Heritage Miners. And I kept that sealed because I saw what I lost out on the boxes of 2011 Heritage Miners. But that also had Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, and Nolan Arenado. Just that set was loaded. So I'm holding on to that one. But for the most part, I will probably still, if I can get good deals on these, keep them sealed. The Heritage high number mega boxes I've opened, I think 3 or 4. I have 8 or 9 left. I'm going to keep those sealed, for a little while, until baseball season at least. Same with the 2016 Update Blasters mega boxes. So, but that's my fear is if I don't sell, I'm going to be stuck with a mountain of unopened wax that drops significantly in value through the years. It's hard to say. None of us know. And I like to highlight my losses just as much as my wins. Is gut wrenching as it is to show off how much I could have made on a Giannis. I think a lot of people highlight the the Kevin Moss and the Kevin Maitan and the guys that didn't make it, and spending crazy money on some of these prospects that don't pan out. But there are some that do. Giannis is an exception. Mike Trout is an exception. But there are some there are several that end up really panning out and go up high in value. So never look back, but I did, kind of for yours and my entertainment to show off the wins and the losses. So that was what I did last night. Today, more of the same. Maybe the Bowman draft box comes. I doubt it will. If it does, I'm still going to hold off and open that probably this weekend. When I'll crack that open. So I've got a ton of shipping to do today. So that is tonight, I should say. That's on my docket for tonight. And that's about it. So check out the eBay store, 99centcards.com. Also, the link is at the top of the page, 1millioncubs.com. Latest blog is going back to that era. I ripped open over 100 boxes, blasters and hobby boxes, in November and December of 2016. So kind of a highlight and an update on what I did with those. That's the latest on 1millioncubs.com, as well as the story behind the 2013 Topps Archives Cubs collaboration that was given away to season ticket holders and as stadium giveaways, thanks to Brian Garza, works for the Cubs, sent me that set. So that blog is up as well at 1millioncubs.com. Thanks for tuning in and have a great Thursday.